Issue 42, Stormbringer magazine. Mollog the Mighty. My wife says that I look like him. Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games, and today we're going to be looking at issue 42 of our continuing series of Warhammer Stormbringer magazine from Hachette Collection. Now, issue 42 comes with Mollog the Mighty and basically Mollog's mob. Now, as you can guess, Mollog is the guy in the middle, but these were minis that were released for Warhammer Underworlds, a separate game system, and they were a faction on their own. But what Stormbringer magazine has done here is it's allowed you to be able to play it on your standard Warhammer AOS battlefield. So with no further ado, let's have a look at what we have inside the magazine and Mollog themselves. Now we start off, of course, with lore, so there's a little bit more of an insight into magic in the realms, and there's lots of different types of magic. So you have here, of course, the magic of Azir, where it's a kind of a celestial magic that holds the power of storms and light. You have the magic of Akshay. Basically, it's bright magic and it holds the power and passion of fire. You have the magic of Shaman, which is gold magic and a kind of an alchemical force. You have the magic of Gur, which is amber magic, which is an untamed, feral and wild type of magic that's very aggressive. A lot of nature to it. You have the magic of Garan, which is jade magic, and it's a kind of a force of life and wellspring of growth and renewal. You have the magic of Shaiish, which is amethyst magic, so it's a kind of a cold, chill magic of death and of ending. You have the magic of Hish, which is light magic, an energy of illumination and purity. And finally, you have the magic of Ulgu, which is kind of grey magic, which is a force of illusion, trickery, and cunning. So these are all the different types of magic that you would have at play in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. You have here, of course, Mollog the Mighty and a little bit of information about him. So there's a few cool little characters here. You've got Mollog himself. You've got the Spite Room, which is kind of a mobile mushroom thing that walks around. You have a Bat Squig. So, of course, the Bruce Wayne version of Squigs, I presume. And you have the Stalag Squig, which is basically a Stalag mite, which is just disguised as a squig that eats things. So, very interesting, very kind of colourful little things. You have the how to build and how to paint guide, which is a little bit elaborate because there's quite a lot to Mollog. You have, of course, the War Scroll. So he's part of the Gloomspite Gits because there's a touch of mushrooms and things like that. So you also have some War Scroll tutorials, especially with Mollog himself. You have the Beast Skewer Killbow and how it would work in terms of things like monster hunting. So recently we had that huge tree monster. So it would be how your Beast Skewer Killbow would work against him. And the Man Skewer Bolt Boys and how they would work against him as well in terms of ambushing certain things. So just a little bit of tactics for you to work with. And of course it goes into here in terms of some battle plans as well and different ways to kind of play the game. And of course a playthrough highlights of the actual battle plan that you have there. So that was issue 42. So let's have a look at the mini itself. So they're actually really nice little minis, and Mollog himself was great fun to paint as he's a big, huge, ugly looking guy. Like, I mean, he's got a big, huge hunchback, so he's full of strength, but even the kind of the cavern, the base, is not one of the minis that just comes with a flat base. There's a kind of an excellent little base here that his stick or his baton would kind of go into it, and these are all kind of little bits of growths and things coming on top of him. As of course you can see here, he's tons of mushrooms growing on him himself. So I suppose they're great if it starts raining. And you have a kind of a little frog creature here that's unfortunately been kind of captured by Mollog. That's going to be, I presume, either eaten by him or used as a weapon that he's going to throw at someone or something that possibly has it coming. So again, a very beautiful little mini. Goes together very well, and because he's so big, you don't have to kind of sub-assemble him a lot because there's a lot you can do. Now, I would, if you decide to do dry brushing, because when I was looking up guides for it, there was a lot of dry brushing, say the belly or the back, or even kind of putting in a small little touch of shade. I'd leave the mushrooms off as much as you can before you actually work on the body of Mollog, but otherwise there's plenty of room for your brush to go about, do whatever you need to do. And it was a fun little mini to paint, and of course he's got his ugly toenails and all sorts of things popping out here as well. So that's only part of the mob. You have here the mushroom squig, which was just this mad, hideous looking thing. It's like basically it's just grown legs and it chases you. So very freaky. Doesn't have quite the same amount of legs as a spider, but nevertheless gives very kind of spider-ish kind of vibes. Has his own little base. You have here the stalag squig, which I think is just comical. That basically it's a standard stalagmite with teeth. So of course stalagmites go up and stalactites go down. So he's going up, so he's a stalagmite. But you can see the tongue hanging out of him, that he's kind of a really weird Venus flytrap type of a thing. And finally, we have the Bruce Wayne of the whole thing. So we have the Bat Squig, which is just absurd and funny and cool all at the same time, that you have a Bat Squig that is just part of Mollog's little mob. But a very fun little issue that is also a kind of a set of exclusive minis that you would find in the Night Vault Warhammer Underworlds game. But a really nice issue 42, and one I'd recommend to anyone because very fun to paint, very nice kind of addition to your collection, and a lovely addition to the army of the Gloomspite Gits. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and until next time, good luck, God bless, and join us for issue 43.